Welcome everyone back. If you watched my previous video, that was my Dawn dish detergent stage. We're now going to move into the toothbrush stage. And what I decided I was going to do, I know there's kind of two camps of people out there. There's the people who will want to take a razor apart, and then others who, for whatever reason, don't want to, or just can't get the tools. Won't take it apart. But at the same time, you don't have to take it apart, guys, gals, to get these things fully operational, clean, sanitized, and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is, we have the 47 super speed. I haven't done anything with it past what we did in the previous video, and it already looks phenomenal. I don't know if it's coming through in this video or not. And then we have what I called Chewbacca, and we called this one that because this is the one that had the hair in it. And because these two flare tips were dirty, we didn't know what year they were. We do know now that this one is a date code of G, that's 1961 or 4. I forget now. I'll put it in the description. So we have Chewbacca. I'm going to set Chewbacca aside because we are going to take Chewbacca apart on video. And then we have this one here, which was what I called Rusty on the Instagram pic. Haven't done anything with this guy beyond what you saw in the video. I put pictures of this one on Instagram last night, and you could see that it still had that little area of green right there. And this is where wooden toothpicks or the new, plastic style toothpick can come in really handy. And so before I even go into blocking the view, before we even go into the toothbrush part, I'm just going to use this toothpick to scrape it off. You don't want to use anything that is harder than the nickel plating. And if it's gold is considerably softer than nickel. So you got to be super careful with gold. With this nickel, it's really not possible to hurt it, in my opinion, with the wood toothpick or with the plastic one like this here. So you can actually see I have some green patina on this one from previous razors. So I feel pretty confident we got the majority of it off of there, and that'll just make it easier for brushing it. And that was just gentle back and forth over that spot of green patina, and you can see we got lucky that we didn't lose any brassing. It looks actually really, really good, in my opinion, considering the amount of brassing that this guy, or not brassing, but the amount of soap scum and buildup that it had on the bottom of it. If you remember, this thing was just caked white. It looked like it had snowed. So now it looks like this here. So what we're going to do, we're going to pretend like we've taken this one apart, and we're just going to go straight to the next step. I'm going to pause this video so that I can move it closer to the sink to hopefully get you guys a better view of what I'm doing. Okay, so I've moved the camera. I've ran some hot water. I got my Colgate toothpaste here, soft bristle toothbrush, hot water just to let it soak. Let's go ahead and open the doors. You can see, right? Maybe. Sorry, I know I'm super green doing videos. So we're just going to, can't see because I got like the mount blocking my camera. So I got a good portion, maybe a little bit more than you might use for brushing your teeth. I like to hit the top of the doors first. And for right now, I'm just going to get, some toothpaste on it. I come back to the interior, get some toothpaste on it. In yesterday's video, if I recall correctly, I showed a little bit how I use a pipe cleaner for getting into some of the tighter spots, because I don't take the doors off of every razor, guys. And to truly, get every absolute nook and cranny, you'd have to take the doors off, and completely disassemble the razor. What I do when I disassemble a razor, I just unscrew it, squeeze the little clips here. I'm not sure what you call them, just two little clips though that you have to squeeze together, and that's where a pair of jeweler's pliers come in handy, or a pair of pliers that are covered in something really soft. You could even just do like what is that, painter's tape, I believe is what they call it. Get a little bit more water on here. I'm just going to brush it like you would your teeth, harder though. And if you do this, more than just a couple of times, you'll figure out how hard it needs to be. And remember, by now, typically, we've cleaned it in the first stage that you've already seen on video. Then we've taken it apart, and I would clean the inside of it. In the next video, again, we'll do that. But I decided to go this route because I know there's going to be people who don't have the tools or don't want the tools for a variety of reasons. So now with a very soft bristle toothbrush, not a firm, not something hard like a nylon, but something that is extremely soft, and just, it says, soft on the package, it's going to be good. And I just use old toothbrushes. That's all I've ever done. We'll use a toothbrush for a couple of months for our teeth, for regular dental hygiene. And then when we're ready to throw those out, I just keep the ones that I want and set them aside, or, throw away my old razor toothbrushes and replace them. So one more time, I'm going to open this guy up, get back in here. Back on the handle. Something I didn't show you guys yesterday in that video is one of the reasons why I like these makeup Q-tips that my wife picks up for me at Walmart is, and I realized yesterday that I didn't do this on video, when I'm doing the Dawn stage, and even now I'll take this, or shaped end, or it's flat, and sometimes you have to squeeze them to get them in. This one's extra firm. Stick it in there. This one's really being stubborn. Generally they go in easier, and a regular toothbrush will work fine, or Q-tip, you can get in here and clean it. And this again really only comes in handy if you're not going to take it apart, or if they're super dirty and caked to where you can't really see it. You'll see it though in the next video. There's these 4 little prongs inside of there, and we'll use the spanner driver to grab 2 of them. And then these things are what's known as a plumber's thread, which just means that they're reverse threaded. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. Not in this case. Righty loosey, lefty tighty. And it's done that way so that when you're opening and closing the doors, you're not loosening the threads. And even if you did loosen the threads, it doesn't matter, because again, you have the 2 clips here that hold it in place. And that's this place where you have to be the most careful. If not, you'll damage them, and it's not the end of the world. I've damaged them before. So, no harm, no foul, really, especially if it's your own razor. And just one of those things, like everything, in life, that the more you do it, the better you get at it. So I'm going to call that good. Just soak it in there for a second. Rinse my hands. Take a towel. Let's come in here. Know that I had a maximum amount of time that I could record. It just stopped on me. Again, I'm so green to doing videos, it's not even funny. I promise if I continue to do these, I will get better. So let's get a quick little dry down, and then we'll go back to our Q-tips. And I use this as an opportunity to get a good look at what I've accomplished. If I need to go back over anything again, get it dry. Come inside. No, that's kind of looking crooked there. I might have to fix that door. It might just be me in this angle. Got a towel that this is all sitting on. I'll just dry off the door real quick. Dry off the ends. So, I don't know how well this is showing up in the video. I promise it looks better than it does right there in my hand. I'll put these pictures on the Instagram as well with the comparison. So that's basically toothpaste in a nutshell, and you really don't need to do a whole lot more than what I just did. What you see, or you might not be able to see here, that's just some wear on the nickel plating. There's really nothing we can do with it outside of replating it. Yeah, I mean, we could polish it, and we're definitely going to try and get rid of it when we polish it, and that's the very last thing I do is polish. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this all makes sense. It's really easy, guys. If you can brush your teeth and tie your shoes, you can do this. The hardest, trickiest part is to safely take it apart. And once you do it a couple of times and have the right tools, it's a breeze. And then from there, it's just a matter of vice grips, a bench vise, and a few other tools that I use to hold it while I bend it. Thanks for tuning in. Next video will be taking one apart, and then the last video will be polishing this guy. We're going to take this one apart and polish it as well.